Okay.
All right, Freeform Rock Show after show on YouTube exclusively, man. I got Joesph Staub and I got the OG here, Mr. Lee. You know,
Yeah.
I can't say your last name. I'm not going to try anymore. You know that. And don't
But
tell me how to say it.
just say Lee,
Oh, God.
the guy.
The guy. Yeah, thank you.
All
You didn't try to enunciate for me or announce whatever I'm trying to say. But
right. Yeah.
man, I got Joesph Staub, man. He isn't on the video. He's on BS more than he is on freeform video. And that's awesome because this kid has taught me a lot about music. Taught me about fucking it's like I want to buy those live BOC CDs. I've seen them live. I'm so lazy. I haven't done a deep dive into BOC yet. Every time I hear them or saw them live, they fucking rule. Even
Yeah.
the new shit they were playing, I thought it was
Oh, yeah.
fucking cool. I don't know why that band. I love that they're in my favorite movie, one of my favorite stoner movies called The Stoned Age, where the guy's fucking sitting there in the car, and this reminds me of shit that happened in my 20s or teen when I started driving. That I play something, he said, "Take that out. That's a pussy song." So he puts in the cassette of BOC, Don't Fear the Reaper, and the guy, "Get that out of the Blue Torpedo. That's a pussy song." "What do you mean? It's BOC, man." He said, "Ever since that laser hit you at the concert, you've been a pussy." And then fucking he goes, "It's BOC." He goes, "Take that pussy song. Let me tell you, every band has a pussy song that they want to get the chicks into the band, and this is fucking their pussy song." So I love BOC. I don't know why I just don't do a deep dive into them. It's like
You got it, Mark. You got it.
I got a
You
brain
you got
lock.
it.
I know
You gotta at least listen to the black and white albums.
I
At
heard
least.
it. I like it. I love it. I need to buy this shit. I don't have any BOC.
They're one of those bands that they have the those like 5 album box sets in the little slip cases.
Yeah, I have the
They have
Kansas
a,
one.
they have two of those. I have both of them. It's one of them has all three of the black and white albums, plus I think Mirrors and Cultosaurus
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
And then the other one has both of the first two live albums, um Agents of Fortune, um Fire of Unknown Origin, and Revolution by Night.
Is Club
So like
Ninja that bad?
yes, it is. And
Okay.
I do not own that album.
Okay. Well,
It's
I
not
heard
good.
Ian Wadley say that album sucks a lot. So.
It is not good. It is not good.
What it has Dancing in the Ruins though, right?
Yeah, and that's not a great song. So
I like that song.
it's okay live. The music video is
Oh,
awful.
I sung it live.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's a good song live. And I think that's going to be on one of the 50th anniversary sets. I think it was either on this one or it's going to be on the next one. I know they played it at one of those three shows.
Nice. Lee, do you like BOC?
I listened to pretty much all of their studio albums except maybe their last couple. I did that just to tell myself I needed to try to hear them, and they were okay. I'll say that they're not a band that I ordinarily just listen to. I would say that the album that we did a review on, Fire of Unknown Origin, is probably the album that if I were to hear it, I usually listen to the most, which is like Never. But at least I hear the song Joan Crawford sometimes. That's a good song. And once in a while, I'll listen to a few songs from their first album, but I pretty much don't listen to them all that much.
Oh, okay. But there's a topic that just came out today. I hate the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I really hate it, but they put a
But
band in that
but
they
you keep
nominated.
bringing it up.
But I like it and I hate it. And I'm like in the middle because I hate how they put non-rock into the Hall of Fame, but it's just like they nominated Foreigner. And I'm
See,
like,
Mark, this is where you're at with it. You hate it, but you still want your favorite bands to be
yes, exactly.
which means you don't actually hate it because you want their
Well, I
validation.
want to see them play together. I would like to see Lou Graham play with
Will
Foreigner
not
again.
happen.
Well, they have done it. They have done shows.
I think that's a thing that's going to be too far gone, especially with some of the members now that aren't around anymore. Um, I, they're a band that I just can't see the interest really being there for it.
I they were just nominated, but it's just weird how Jan Wiener gets out of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and all of a sudden they're nominated.
Here's my question: have they ever been nominated before?
No,
Has Styx ever been nominated before?
no,
Has Kansas ever been nominated before?
no.
Well, that tells you about all you need to know about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
But Foreigner finally got nominated. That
And
this might
will
be.
and will they get in? No,
We don't know this yet.
they will not.
If they don't, I'll kind of be pissed because the band members want Luke Ram wants it. He doesn't think they would ever be nominated because of Mick Jones and Jan Wiener had a fight one time. He said, "You'll never be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Foreigner will never be in there." And then he gets like canned, and then all of a sudden, the year after, they're nominated. So maybe he was the one keeping them out.
Well, like I said to you a little bit ago, I honestly think the only reason that they were even nominated this year was because they got so many headlines after he got booted, for particularly a couple of the members coming out and saying, "Well, now we might get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame." They're trying to live off the publicity of them coming out and saying it. That's the only reason they got nominated, and I don't see them getting in. I
Well,
really,
Lou's
really
been
don't.
saying that before Jan Wiener was fired, though.
Well, I know, but like how many headlines did you see in the days after he got fired specifically about
Foreigner because Lou and Mick brought it out up
But
in
that's
some
what I
of the
mean.
interviews. Yeah,
I
before
don't
that.
think they would have even remotely got nominated if they hadn't gotten so much publicity right after he got fired.
True. Do you think Foreigner should be in the Hall of Fame, Lee?
Yeah, because it's a trivial band in a trivial place, and they go together.
Oh my God. But the only thing I have a problem with this nomination list, Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Cher's she did some rock stuff, but she's mostly pop. Dave Matthews Band, I like the first two albums, but I really don't. They are rock, but Eric B. and Rakim, Peter Frampton, well deserved. Jane's Addiction, well deserved. Kool and the Gang, well deserved. They were on the rock and funk. They were kind of cool. Lenny Kravitz, I love. Oasis, that is a curveball. I'd never thought they would get nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That is.
See, I feel like they're one that probably will get in.
Do you think that will reunite the band?
No, no. It's gonna be a full on Van Halen, where like the two members that nobody cares about show up and get the award.
Sinead O'Connor, nah, I think they just put her in because she just died.
Oh, 100%.
100%. Ozzy Osbourne, absolutely. Solo, yeah. Should I? No. It's like in like jazz. That ain't rock and roll.
But Mark, you are one of the people that I will say your definition of what should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a little too narrow. I agree about some things that I'm just like, no, that should not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rock and roll is a very wide umbrella.
It started with blues and country.
And I think a lot of the bands and artists that you've said no, they don't belong in there. Cher definitely is under the umbrella of rock music.
I said she was. I said she did some rock. Yeah.
A lot of the ones that people call pop music, that falls under that umbrella if you're looking at it very generically. And I think the Beatles are pop generically.
Too. But I'm saying Eric B. and Rakim, no.
Here's my thing, Mark. Almost every form of music is somehow influenced or is somehow related in some distant way to rock. I mean, if you look at hip hop and rap, they have a lot of the same influences as rock. They go back to a lot of those same blues artists, those same jazz artists that really influenced rock, and hip hop just became the dominant version of that in the 90s and in the 2000s and all the way till today. It just was what was the dominant relative of blues and jazz, who are more of the originators of that, and just through the years what became the most dominant sort of descendant of those genres.
Yeah, I'm just saying, no, I don't have a narrow view. I know country belongs in there, but not Dolly Parton. There's some country bands, like Waylon Jennings or Chris Christopherson, or Johnny Cash. that shit was rock and roll to me. Or Glenn
I think
Campbell even.
Sade should go in.
Who?
Sade.
Sade should go in. Is she's kind of she's a hybrid, but I just don't like her. But Eric
do.
B and Rakim, come on, they ain't rock.
See, here's my thing. I would that's not what I would use to disqualify them. I don't think they should be in a Hall of Fame because I don't think they have the influence or the output to
In
be
the
in a
hip
Hall of
hop,
Fame.
in the hip hop stuff, they do have a big influence on hip hop.
I don't think they have as big as some other artists that have been nominated or have gotten in over the years.
I think they influenced NWA. You know, those
did.
Yeah.
But I think it's like one step removed. Like, okay, we put in NWA, now we have to put in the people that influenced them, even though they were not nearly as popular or influential.
Yeah. Well, Cool.
I think. Oh, Cool in the Gang. I
hope they get in. Yeah.
I fully think that they were extremely not edgy, but they were extremely influential in that time period.
Oh, I love Cool in the Gang. Jungle Boogie. But they had some good shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the 80s, I like Cherish. Okay, I'm a woman. I like the song Cherish. I'm sorry, that's a great ballad.
Do you like that song? Cherish is the word I use.
No,
to
I like that one.
That's cool stuff.
I like Cherish the Love You Have. Cherish the Love. You know, I like that song too.
Okay. Yeah, I do like that.
But let's circle back to Oasis and then Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz, I think he does belong. I love fucking Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome if he got in. I don't care about it. I like when the artist, if Iron Maiden doesn't want to be in the Hall of Fame, I don't want them in the Hall of Fame. Rob Halford wanted to be in the Hall of Fame, so I want them in the Hall of Fame. If the artist wants it, let them have it. That's what I say. If fuck Iron Maiden, they don't want to be in there, I don't want them in there either. That's fine with me.
I want to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you should be.
I don't necessarily want to be nominated. I just want to be able to go.
He just wants to walk the halls, you know?
Yeah.
He just wants to sit there and give everybody CDs of his music.
He just wants to visit. He just wants to visit for a couple hours, set a table up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the Hall of Fame, man.
I think Lenny Kravitz will get in. He seems like the kind of artist who's right up their alley.
Yeah, I think Cool in the Gang will get it. I for sure think Mariah Carey will be getting in.
Probably. I fully think that at least one of them is going to be the headliner.
Hey, Motley Crue wasn't nominated, and they're
Motley Crue doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
They don't. They don't.
Motley Crue sucks.
What about Oops, sorry.
Yeah, but just think if they got in the Hall of Fame, how big Nikki Sixx's head would get.
I don't think it can get any bigger, unfortunately.
But and we got some other stuff I'm probably going to bring on BS because you guys aren't on this next episode, but like in Docking, man.
So far with all of the subjects that you mentioned, you've reminded me why I don't ever watch your episodes. Thank you.
Well, why don't you tell me what you want to hear about, Lee? Come on. You said you want to talk about
nothing.
Something. You said you wanted to be on this so you could talk about why you don't want to do videos.
Yeah. I think that a lot of the I've been in different Facebook groups and all I see is the same stuff over and over again. So I made posts saying, what if I just left? And then I just decide bye-bye. So now I'm gone for now.
Yeah, but you didn't see my comments. I listened to your music.
Yes, but I mean, I'm talking about the many people who don't.
And you could post your music in free form or BS all you want. I don't give a shit.
All I'm trying to say is that I'm just right now in a snit. I'm not leaving for all time. It's just for at least for right now. I'm just the reason I didn't see your post is because I said bye-bye before you gave your comment.
Jerk.
See, I do agree with what Lee's saying there, especially a lot of the groups that we're all in. There has a tendency to be a lot of repetition when it comes to a lot of the artists. Everyone has their kind of favorite artist to spam in the group. And everyone, and I mean, you look at any of us, we all love a lot of very different kind of music. There's stuff that people could bring up that people just never bring up. I mean, I have over 900 CDs. If I could every day pick a different artist to bring up, I'd probably never repeat myself for the entire year.
Do that on Freeform. Do an artist of the day.
I think people get into, especially Facebook, where it's a lot of like quick stuff. People get into posting like the same artists over and over again just because it's easy to post that. They don't have to really think, okay, today I'm gonna listen to let me just take a look over here. I'm gonna listen to Steve Hackett today, or I'm gonna listen to all these different artists that like
Yeah.
normally aren't getting posted. So
I
like
posted Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
when I but nobody likes Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Mark.
I do.
Or
I
like
do.
when I
Sometimes the one guy who dances in the video, he's interesting for 1 second.
yeah. Or like
And
there's so many different bands. Like when I posted the CDs I got after Christmas, there was like a wide variety. And I know Lee commented on my post
yeah,
when I had like Mahavishnu in there
yeah,
and like some different kind of bands that really don't get talked about very much. And it
I
would be great. And it's just I think it's just hard for people because people are so on the go with stuff, and Facebook for a lot of people is just like a quick thing like, hey, I'm gonna post this song that I was listening to. Yeah, it's the same band I listen to all the time, but it's what's easy and quick to post. And it's a
yeah,
lot for a lot of people. It's not like people don't take time and sit, okay, I'm actively gonna try to post a different group or a different artist
yeah.
today.
I try to. You don't see me posting Rush every day.
Well, no, Mark, I think you do a good job of trying to vary up your posts, but
I vary it.
even you kind of fall into some of the same
Well,
stuff
the
with some of
Motley
like
Crue, the Kiss
some of like
shit,
yeah, some of like
yeah.
some of like the
Well,
like
because I'm pandering to the
LA
group.
Guns and all that kind of
Well,
stuff.
like
Like
nobody posts LA Guns. Seriously, nobody
yeah, but
posts LA Guns.
I think you're making up for the rest of the community by posting way too much of
And
them.
Night Ranger,
But
nobody
oh,
posts
the
them.
Night Ranger, Mark. I love Night Ranger. You post way too much Night Ranger.
Well, I just
I
saw
would have
them.
to say anyone who thinks that LA Guns or Night Ranger are obscure groups are people who don't leave their block.
Maybe I need to post more Great White.
That's
Mark, is that what you really think is like an obscure group for you?
No, obscure group for me is like fucking like the Outsiders. They made one album. They had an album called Ghosts on the Beach. I have put that in.
now that is a group that
Yeah.
I will even consider to be obscure because I don't even know of them unless but you told me about them, but I hadn't heard of them.
See, I could
Yeah.
pull some really obscure. I could pull out Scars on Broadway, which was
That's from
I've
Malakian
never
from
System of a
heard of.
Down. That's good
yeah,
shit.
from System of a Down.
Yeah. See, you reminded me of that shit. Surge has some good solo
Yeah,
albums
Surge
too.
is solo. Surge did
Who
one
are
or
they?
two.
System of a Down.
Surge Tankian, the lead singer of System of a Down, he did one that was like very like
Oh,
he did one that was like very Zappa like jazz
Yeah.
fusion.
I've
stuff.
never even heard of that.
Yeah. So he
Scars
did a
on
couple-
Broadway.
Scars
Good
on Broadway
too.
with Darren Malakian from System of a Down.
I don't even know. You guys are mentioning stuff that I don't even know of. I'm supposed to be the one to tell you all.
Dude,
That's
it's like
cool.
I want members of the group to put shit up that I don't know.
I'm
want to
going
get
through my
news.
Excel spreadsheet on my phone of all my CDs and just thinking of some obscure bands to post.
Nice.
Cool.
Do it.
I don't see nearly enough people posting about the Alan Parsons project. I'll say that.
I like them too. Shit.
Right. Ooh.
We need to do Eye in the Sky. That'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
great.
See, the first couple albums are my favorite from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see people posting Saga.
Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Great album.
Yeah. That's
What about
good.
Saga? Nobody posts
Saga,
Saga.
they're great. They're a great band.
band
I like
too, man.
They're the ones they do On the Loose, right?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
And
band.
a Honeymoon Suite,
Mhm,
great Canadian band also,
Hey,
man.
Another one that people don't talk about. I saw live last year. Zebra. They're a great band.
Yeah,
Oh,
people do post Helix, but they only
Yeah.
post No Rest for the Wicked shit.
Yeah.
They don't post like Long Way to Heaven
Mhm.
or other albums. Wild in the Streets is a great album by them
Mhm.
too. It's like
See, there's a bunch of I could throw up a bunch of like the early like pre-grunge stuff like Mother Love Bone,
Fuck
Green
yeah.
River, Mudhoney, like that kind of early pre-grunge
Mother
stuff.
Love Bone is gonna be one of my picks on Freeform to review.
Nice.
I fucking love that shit. We haven't done a Pearl Jam album because Lee would
Mhm.
never do Pearl Jam.
Or
like to
Mad
get into-
Season, the Above album.
Mad Season's great too. We've done Alice in Chains. We've
Mhm.
done both Dirt and what's the first album? Fucking Facelift. We've done both
Facelift, yeah.
those albums. Yeah, I want to do Sap. I want to do both Sap, the two EPs as one album,
And Jar of Flies.
Jar of Flies. I want to do both because they're both short albums. I want to
Yeah.
do them both like that. You know, everybody. I was telling them I want to do Animals by Pink Floyd, but it's a short album, and we all had to.
It's a long album, but with very few songs.
Yeah, so I would say we all need
And
to
I
pick.
never said that I wouldn't do Pearl Jam. I don't know what you're talking about.
I asked you to do Pearl Jam. You said no.
I think that when I was just bitching with you and saying no to everything.
Maybe. But yeah, I would like to do Animals, but I told the other two, Mooger Fugger and Jerry, we need to pick Dogs. One song, Dogs.
It's
Has to be
literally
the
the
only song we
entire
play on
show.
it.
It's
Yeah.
the entire show. You're playing a 20-minute song.
We're playing a 20-minute song.
That's like reviewing Foxtrot and picking suppers ready. Like you can't. You can't.
What songs?
Supper's Ready rules,
Dog-
man.
One of my favorite songs.
Great
Dogs.
song.
It's the best song
Yeah.
off the album for me from Animals. It's like,
Yeah.
damn. But shit, we talked about the Hall of Fame. I want to get into some doc and shit that I tried to get on BS, but it was going too long.
Speaking of bands that everyone posts about all the time,
Yeah, but they're keeping themselves in the news, and we love docking.
when are they not? That band is always in the news.
But fucking, you know, Don Dokken talked some shit about that he wrote the majority of the songs. Jeff Pilson finally said something. He's fucking high.
Jeff Pilson never talks
No.
about, he never comes out and like he's doing his foreigner thing and he never comes out and says anything about Dokken.
No. It's like I'm like, damn.
Like you know it's bad when you got Jeff Pilson to actually say something.
And Jeff Pilson said he wants to make one more Dokken album to go out with, you know. And then this shit comes up and they said, what about Don saying he wrote the majority of the songs? He goes, he's high. I think Don is high.
I'm so pissed off that the one time I saw Dokken live, it was supposed to be 3/4 of the original lineup, and it ended up being just Don. It was at M3 in I think 2019. It was supposed to be a full reunion show with George, and he got pneumonia, and it was the first show after Mick Brown retired, but they didn't announce it until the show. They didn't announce. They announced it on stage, and everyone was pissed because it was supposed to be 3/4 of the classic lineup, and it ended up being just Don.
Yeah. Check out our episode on Dysfunctional with Joesph tells you that same story. It's a great episode, man. I listened to it yesterday. I was like, and that's why I said, Mooger, turn on your mic. We just recorded an episode, and Mooger, I didn't have to tell him once to turn on his mic, so that joke is probably going to be gone now.
Probably.
Man, but fucking A. I love you guys, man. Lee, dude, just get in the groups and post your shit, dude. It's like, come on, man. We need Lee.
Because you know I'm always gonna comment on it. I always love checking out new stuff.
Yeah, Lee, you're not as ostracized as you think you are.
No, I'm the one ostracizing myself.
I know.
But like I said, I understand it. It gets very repetitive sometimes.
Give me maybe a couple of days or a day or so, and then I'll see. All right, I might come back.
That's good, man.
You know, I still think that Joesph. I still think you're a really cool person.
Thanks.
It has nothing to do with you.
Hey, he told you you're cool. He's never told me I was cool. So there you go.
Hey, Lee, I sent you a message on Facebook about the classical stuff you said you wanted to send me.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because if you have an address, I can definitely send you some CDs of my work.
I got box sets.
I sent it. I have one.
Okay.
I have one of Lee's
I will
CDs.
definitely go and look at that message.
Sounds good.
I just miss it that I don't have a CD player in my car anymore, and I have to put it in my iTunes so I can play it in my car because cars don't come with CD players anymore.
Give you a flash drive with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I attached my email address on the in Facebook Messenger if you want to send some stuff over there, or if you want to send it physically too, I can do that as well.
But I mean, with Mark,
with the flash drive. Yeah.
Oh, flash drive would work perfect. I could put that in.
Okay,
thing.
that might. I'll do that if you um invite me less often to your
When's the
shows.
last time I brought you on here? I've listened to you,
About a
Lee.
week or a few days ago.
No,
I'm
Lee,
being funny with you.
Lee, we need you on here because you need to be heard.
I need
I'm
to be.
playing to your ego, bitch. There's
Yeah.
your ego.
Well, that's good. I am um a good bitch.
You're a good bitch. All right, man.
And with that,
All
All
right,
right.
Joesph. Any final thoughts, man, on the show, man? Anything you want people to listen to?
um, like we said, hey, everyone who's on Facebook, try posting something different once in a while. We love those bands. We love them all. I mean, there's a reason we're on those pages. We love a lot of those same bands, but hey, post some different stuff. We want to know what you like. I mean, we don't all love the same 10 bands. We want to
Well,
know what you're into, what you think people could get into. I mean, we listed some bands here that I'm probably going to start posting. I'm always looking for new stuff to listen to. And
me
if
too.
anyone, there's probably bands that people out there know about that I don't know about, that Lee doesn't know about, that Mark doesn't know about, that would probably we be interested in. And
Yeah.
I'd love for people to say, hey, this is something that I've been checking out lately that I really like. I I think you guys would like it too. Post it. I'd love to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like to find new bands like Chris Czynszak did the Descoda and some other bands on they do that Radio Sucks episodes and they
Yeah.
play a lot of these artists that I've never heard of. A lot of European bands that are fucking pretty cool, man. So it's fucking cool. But also check out Dawn of the Rising from Arizona. They're pretty cool. I'm in contact with them. They're a pretty good
Ooh,
hard rock metal band. They're pretty
I'll
cool. So
listen.
check them out. I
I,
got their CD. I paid $20 to get the fucking autograph version. They're pretty
hey,
cool
that
dudes, man.
hey, you're going to shows of people who I haven't heard of, and getting their stuff autographed. That's cool.
I try to find shit. We can't all live in the past. It's like, how is rock and roll going to carry on if we're just listening to the same five bands?
Yeah.
We need to build these bands up. You guys need to get into Rival Sons. They've been out for a while. Even bands, there's Dawn of the Rising. There's all these new bands, but you're not listening to them because they're not on radio anymore. They're not on classic rock. You got to look them up on YouTube. Just start watching different stuff on YouTube and also check out this band, check out this band, check out this band. You know,
Right on.
get shit that you never heard of, man. Dive into shit because there's fucking a lot of great music out there that I'm missing a lot of fucking music. I think Joseph's missing a lot of music. Lee, you're probably missing a lot of music.
I actually am.
We need to check out these new rock bands. We need to support them because these people that we love are 70 and 80 years old. They ain't gonna be here much longer.
Yeah.
Saxon just released a great
That
album.
that's the one thing I'll say. Say what you want about some of these like 90s and 2000s bands, that you can say whatever you want about their music, but anytime I go see them live, they have young up and coming artists opening for them. You don't see older bands really taking out a lot of young up and coming artists anymore, and that's a shame. I
Metallica
really
does.
think, but Metallica's one of the few, but they don't really take out up and coming. Everyone knows who Five Finger Death Punch is. Everyone knows who Ice Nine Kills is. Like they're
I didn't
pretty
know.
popular. They're fairly popular. It's like those bands, like when you go see Five Finger Death Punch live, they have somebody you've never heard of opening for them, and you might like them, you might not, but it's somebody you never heard before. It's
Yeah.
somebody that you have a chance to get into. There was I know Al Horta's posted about Plush a ton.
Oh, I
He
love Plush.
I saw them open for Alice in Chains and Breaking Benjamin last year. They were great. It's bands like that these newer bands are giving a chance to open up for them, much like the older bands did when they were new. And I think a
Right.
lot of these older bands, you see these legacy shows, you see Styx and Foreigner, they don't have some new young band opening for them. They have John Waite opening for them.
Yeah.
Ah.
They don't have these younger bands anymore that when people come in, they say, hey, I've never heard of these guys, but I'll give them a chance because I know if they're anything like the artists that I am here to see, I'll probably like them.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad
I just
you're
want people
on.
to
You
just
you you
check out.
took You took the grump out of me today. Thank you.
Plush is a great new band. I had
They
their
are.
first album.
They were
Great,
awesome.
great shit. Well, I got into Formica.
Yeah.
Michael Sweet
Yeah.
was promoting her for years before
Yeah.
she had a band. He
She
brought
has an
her up with
amazing
Striper.
voice.
She
Yeah.
has an amazing
She has
voice.
an amazing voice. I know she's been touring with TSO the past couple of years. When they do their Christmas tour, she's been doing on one of the coasts. She's been doing touring with them. She's been playing. I know people are hit and miss with Disturbed, but Disturbed's new single that Ann Wilson sings on.
Amazing.
They've had Mariah do it live with them. Because
Right.
they don't because Disturbed isn't paying Ann Wilson to come out and sing with them every night.
Well,
So
Heart's doing their own tour.
Heart's doing their
so,
own thing, and I think
yeah.
Disturbed has Plush opening up for them right now. So Mariah is coming out, and she's doing a phenomenal job with it because she has an amazing voice.
I would
But
love to see Disturbed. I love that band.
I saw them last year. They were great. They were absolutely great.
David Draymond is like one of my heroes. That guy talks. He doesn't give a fuck what you think. He gives his opinion. He likes Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, when I saw them, he gives a very powerful before one of the songs, he gives a very powerful speech about suicide prevention and all that kind of stuff. And I give him a lot of credit for that. There's not a lot of artists that come out and are so open with that sort of stuff. And I give him a lot of credit for that. Say what you want. There's a lot of people that don't like their music, but I think it's really important for artists to come out and be open, say, hey, I've had struggles with this too. It's not just don't feel like you are alone. Someone who has all this money and fame is struggling through the same things as you are, and you can get through it because I did. Like that really is important, I think, for people to say that, and he does, and he's one of the few artists that comes out and is very open about that kind of stuff.
I only got into Disturbed because BMG Club back then. I forgot to put in the card and say I didn't want the selection of the month. They sent me Disturbed Believe.
Yeah.
I go, this fucking album rules. I went back and got Down with Sickness. I love that guy's voice. I've got basically everything they released. I love Disturbed. I see why Nickelback gets a lot of blowback because they're kind of generic.
Mm-hmm.
Disturbed isn't. The guy can write. The guy can
they
sing.
have the only thing I'll say, and I, as someone who loves Disturbed, I think they do have a very recognizable sound that they do use a lot on a lot of their songs. Like some of their songs do sound kind of similar, but I do love their music, and I think especially David Draymond's voice. I think he has a phenomenal voice. But I can. They're one of those bands that when people say that they don't like them, I can understand why.
Yeah, but the guy speaks his mind.
Some of their albums on purpose because I never really did.
Mm-hmm.
Lee, listen to Down with the Sickness and Believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Sickness is it's a very good debut album.
Very good debut. I got that at a thrift store for $5. I still have it right here.
Good deal.
Yeah, so I didn't pay that much like you like, Lee. You like to buy albums for 25 cents, so there you go.
Yeah.
I just found probably a couple weeks ago. I've been looking for this for a while. I finally found Static X Wisconsin Death Trip on CD.
I need to check out Static X.
I don't know if you like them or not, Mark. It's an acquired taste, and I know you're big with like vocals and stuff. Yeah. Wayne Static has a very acquired voice. I love their music, but I think I don't know if you would like them or not.
Do you think it's okay for them going out without Wayne?
Yeah, I think it's with his family's blessing. It's the 3 original members beside Wayne, and it's with a very good friend on vocals, and his family has come out and said that this is what we believe to be honoring his legacy. So
it's like Pantera with only 2 original members, right?
Yeah.
So Lee, man, any final thoughts, man? What do you want us to do? What do you want us to listen to, man?
I would say if I suggested classical, I know maybe one of you might be into it, the other won't, but I'll just say instead, look up 1972 German progressive rock album. Whatever you find, try it.
Did you give me one of those?
There's a couple from some German ones. There's some good stuff coming out of there.
The group Caterpillar. It's like like Caterpilla. Their album. There's one that it kind of looks weird, like it looks like a weird, like as if a Taylor Swift as a Barbie doll, but with a weird monster caterpillar face, and a caterpillar thing. It's called Caterpillar, and that might be interesting to hear.
I know one that people have recommended me before is Nectar. They're pretty. I enjoy
Oh,
some of their stuff.
I liked their album Remember the Future.
Hmm.
Their first album was like some like
Journey to
like
the Center of the Eye.
yeah, Journey to the Center of the Eye.
I don't even
That
know what
one
you're talking about.
I
Damn.
don't love as much, but it's interesting.
Hmm.
And it's good, but I like Remember the Future, my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good album.
Yeah.
Damn.
But
Nectar?
they
Nektar.
In
yeah.
what?
Nektar.
Okay, I'm gonna check
The
them
other
out.
one would be like a group called well their album was Cottonwood Hill, their first one. I forget the name of the group. Their second one's called Psychonaut. It was like the group something tree, but Cottonwood Hill was their first album, and that
Brain Ticket.
yeah, Brain Ticket, yeah,
Brain ticket?
that's another one that I would that I need to hear too.
They're very psychedelic.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, I like psychedelics, and I just don't like hippie music that Lee gave me. Like that one band with the FP Fairport, where, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Fairport Convention.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was too hippy dippy for me. Or some older Jefferson Airplane. I like
Hmm.
Jefferson Airplane. It's just Paul Katner. Shut up,
Hmm.
dude. Don't sing.
He's their one good vocalist.
I
No,
love Grace Slick's voice.
Grace Slick and
She's
Mickey
okay.
Thomas, but Paul
Mm-mm,
Katner.
mm-mm.
You don't like Mickey Thomas?
Very hit or miss.
You don't like Freedom Point Zero? All the songs that he did on this album was
I
amazing.
love Jane, but that's about it.
You don't like Save Your Love from the next album?
I'm not as familiar with that era, but his voice to me is very, very hit or miss.
Can you do me a favor, Joseph?
Yes,
Can you listen to Save Your Love and
I can
listen
do
to
that.
Craig Chiquito play that lead and listen to Mickey Thomas's vocals?
I'm assuming Joseph will like the solo. He might try to ignore the vocals.
The vocals are
It's a distinct possibility.
Save Your Love is just like one of the amazing songs that Mickey's sang. I love Mickey. I even like the Starship album, so but whatever.
Saw
But
them live in high school. They played at my school.
All right, man. Let's get I'm just gonna say listen to new bands plush like Joseph picked up. Listen to them, listen to the Duscoda, listen to Dawn of the Rising.
Yeah, listen to Brain Ticket and Caterpillar.
Caterpillar,
Okay.
man. All right, and
Yeah.
check out Genesis with Peter Gabriel. All right, let's
Yes.
get the fuck
All
out
right.
of here, guys. All right, thank you guys for being on here. Later.